Okay, let's start in our squat today. So bring your feet about mat width apart, sit down, bring your palms to the center of your chest, press your knees open with your elbows, lengthen through the spine, start to take some breaths. Feel your tailbone relaxing towards the floor. We're going to press into the feet to stand. Let's lift the arms as we come up, stretch up, reach through your fingertips. And we're going to come down halfway, send the right foot back, and come into a low lunge. Sink down into the right hip. Let's toe heel the left foot out to the side, hands on the inside. Let's let that left knee wing out to the side and sink down a little deeper into the hips. And bring that left knee in, bring the left foot back in. Let's switch legs by kind of bringing the coming back, bringing the weight back, bring the left knee in, step the right foot forward, and come forward, sinking down into that left hip. And then let's toe heel the right foot out to the side. Bring the hands inside and let the right knee fall out. Sinking down into the hips again. And then let's bring that right knee in, toe heel the foot back to the center. Again, bring the hips back. And then we'll step forward into our squat again. And then let's press into the feet, lift up, arms up. And we'll bring the feet in, toes touch, a little space between the heels, and let's grab the right wrist with the left hand. Send the hips over to the right and pull that right wrist over to the left. Keep your belly in, your legs strong. Feel this big stretch up along the right side of your body. And then let's come back to the center and grab the other wrist. Pull that wrist over to the right as your hips come over to the left. Trying to keep the hips square to the front. Armpits also square to the front. And then come back to the center. Let's bring arms down. And then place the hands on the lower back. First, let's just squeeze the elbows together. Feel this stretching open the front of the chest and the shoulders. Make sure shoulders are staying down away from the ears. And then let's squeeze the legs, push the hips forward, and upper body can come back a little bit. Keep the weight more towards your heels. And then come back to center, arms down. Let's bring the palms to the center of the chest. Shift your weight to your left foot and lift your right knee in front of you. Keep your eyes focused on one point in front of you. Make sure that left leg is solid, the left glute is engaged. Flex your right toes to the ceiling. Start to see if you can straighten that front leg at all. And maybe you can get it to a point where you can contract that right quad. And then bend back into the knee. And let's see if you can grab the big toe with your middle and index fingers. So peace fingers wrap around the big toe. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you extend the leg out to the side. It's all right if it needs to stay bent. Slowly bring that leg back in and release the right foot to the floor, palms together. Shift your weight into that right foot. Lift your left knee up in front of you. So the knee is coming straight out from the hip. Flex your toes to the ceiling. Check in with your standing leg. Make sure your quad is engaged and your right glute is engaged. Your hips are level. See if you can keep that standing foot relaxed. No clawing into the mat. And then maybe start to straighten this front leg. See if you can contract the quad. Keep flexing your toes back. And then bend the leg. Let's take the middle and index fingers. See if you can wrap around big toe. And maybe you stay here or you start to extend your leg. Slowly come out. And feet together, palms together. All right, let's bring arms back up. Grab your left wrist. Let's pull the left arm over to the right, hips go off to the left. Again, try to keep your hip bones and your shoulders square to the wall in front of you. Press into the feet, stretch through your arm. Then come back to center, switch sides. Grab the right wrist. Hips press off to the right. And stretch through that right wrist. Come back to center, arms down. Bring the palms to the back of the hips. So again, just start by squeezing the shoulders together so that you can feel that big opening stretch across the front of the chest. And then hips come forward and upper body back for a very slight back bend. Squeeze the glutes, lift your chest. Come back to center. palms together at the center of your chest. Bring the weight into the left foot. Lift your right knee. See if you can get that standing foot relaxed, spreading all over the floor. And then maybe try to straighten that front leg. It's all right if it's down a little lower. All right, bend the knee. Wrap your peace fingers around your big toe. Maybe you stay here, or you start to straighten the right leg out to the side. Again, try to keep your hips level, your spine long. And slowly come out. Feet together, arms or palms together. Shift your weight to your right foot. Lift your left knee. Start to straighten the front leg. And then let's grab peace fingers around the big toe. Standing nice and tall. Maybe straighten that left leg out. Reverse out, feet together, palms together. Take a few breaths here. And let's sit all the way down. And then let's lift the arms, chair pose. Again, squeezing the glutes, pressing down into the feet, lifting through the pinky side of the hands. And let's step the right foot back, palms together at the center of your chest. And step back into chair. Palms together, step the left foot back. Nice deep bend in that front leg. Make sure the knee is not coming over the toes. Ideally, your knees stacked above your ankle. Come back to chair. And stand. Take a few breaths. Do that one more time. Sit down, arms up. This time we'll leave the arms up, step the right foot back. High lunge. Back to chair. Step the left foot back. Chair. And stand. Take a few breaths here. We'll just come to seated on the heels. Pull the right arm across. And release. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. Bring the fist that you make over to your left side. And then your ear is going to come towards your left shoulder. And release. Bring your right arm behind. Grab your right elbow. Keep your head lifted as you pull that right elbow down to stretch the tricep. And release. We'll pull the left arm across. And interlace fingers behind your back. Bring your fist over to the right side and bring that ear to the right shoulder. Release, bring the left arm up and behind your back. Grab your left elbow. The head up as you pull the elbow down, stretch the left tricep. And release. Come back into our squat. Press into the feet, come to stand, arms lifted. We're going to bring the feet back together. Palms together at the center of your chest. We'll come into a standing figure four. Cross the right ankle onto the left knee and sit down. Think about sticking your butt out, pressing your foot into the floor as you lengthen through the top of your head, keeping your abdomen in, all while breathing comfortably. Slowly come back up. And let's cross the left ankle onto the right knee, sit down. Slowly come up. Let's focus one point. Take a few breaths. And one more time, right ankle onto left knee. And we come up, switch sides. Practice banding. Let's bring the feet apart again to get ready to come back down into our squat. Inhale, arms up, and sit down. From here, we're going to come onto your butt. Set up for boat pose. So knees bent, lightly hold behind the knees. Get the spine absolutely straight. Keep your chest lifted, and then we'll lean back until the feet come a few inches off the floor, keeping the spine straight. And you're welcome to stay here if this feels like enough of a challenge, or you can start to straighten the legs part of the way or all of the way, and maybe add arms. For an even extra challenge, arms can come up. And we'll slowly come back to our starting position. Let's bring cross legs in. We'll do some seated cat-cow. So take note of which leg is crossed in first so that we can switch it up next time. And then inhale, chest forward, exhale, round your back. Proceeding at the pace of your own breath. Up in the middle. Let's do our boat pose again. So knees bent. Lean back. And add legs and arms however much you want to today. The most important thing is that you're keeping your back from rounding. And release. We'll bring the other leg in first, sitting cross-legged. Let's do our cat-cows again. Up in the center. Bring your legs out in front of you. And we'll just take our palms, put them flat on the ground on either side of your hips. Try to keep your legs straight, your toes flexing up, your shoulders down and back, and press into the floor with your palms. And release. Bring your right leg in, so right knee is bent. We're going to do a seated twist. Left foot comes over the corner of the right knee. Bring your right arm up and over. Push that left knee out of the way. And maybe you can grab your right knee, or maybe you have your arm bent here. Either way is fine. Try to keep your spine absolutely stacked. And then as you exhale, your belly pulls in, your spine twists, and look behind you. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. untwist. You're going to bring the legs out straight again. Palms come flat on either side of the hips. Legs are strong. Press the palms down. Spine is straight. And relax. And bend your left knee in front of you and your right foot goes over the left knee. This left arm is going to reach up and over. Press the right knee out of the way. Maybe grab your knee that's on the floor or have your elbow bent. Get your spine nice and long here. Exhale, pull the belly in, twist, look behind you. And twist. So from here, we'll come into Savasana. If you aren't able to lie on your back, which I imagine if there's any reason you can't lie on your back, you can take Savasana sitting up in this meditative position with your legs crossed. Otherwise, lie on your back, legs long, arms by your sides. Let everything go. Follow your exhales all the way to the end as you use that complete exhale to relax. If your mind has wandered, come back to your breath. See if you can just focus on your abdomen rising and falling for the next minute. Start to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. If you'd like, bring your arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then either turn onto your side and push up from there or roll on your spine back to seated.